Hey y'all.
I'll drink to that.
Woo!
Oh, this is a good wine. Lou, you picked a good wine. Welcome to
Woo!
the. Oh,
I was just gonna say that Tina Marie girl cleaned up real nice.
Paquito, you get me on that. Hey, y'all. I hear it in my head every time I see that. um, Welcome to the show, everybody. That was Torian. It's same cast, different day podcast. So, it was a court case here recently that, well, I don't know, it wasn't here, but it recently came to life here in the city, and it's about these girls. They went on Judge Judy, and they were suing each other. And the girl went on there and said that she was selling her food stamps to the lady who her food stamps to the lady who owned the daycare. And the lady who owned the daycare admitted on the show that she was buying the food stamps. So I'm guessing they didn't know that the local, people here, whoever's in charge of welfare here, was gonna catch whiff of that. Even Fox Six ran this on their TV on TV. Fox Six ran it during a news broadcast. And this girl, well, one of the girl who's buying the food stamps is now being charged with who owned the daycare is now being charged with money laundering. The other girl's being charged with, I guess for some, I forgot what the crime was for selling them. But my whole thing is, why would y'all go on national television on Judge Judy, knowing millions of people watch Judge Judy and say this on there? Like, y'all done messed it up for everybody.
They stupid. And I mean, I will say it's an anonymous line where you can report fraudulent activities like that. So it
Mm-hmm.
could have been any number of people.
Mm-hmm. And the lady who was buying the food stamps, I guess they caught her on camera at a store with multiple food stamps cards, using them to purchase food at a grocery store. So I think they had kind of like 10. She had like 9 or 10 cards in her hand or something like that. That she was just at the grocery store swiping. I don't know where you could put that much food in your house because you got about 9 or 10 different cards for food stamps. You gotta have like 8, 9 deep freezers.
Might have been for a daycare. I mean, I know they get vouchers
Yeah, it was for her
for
daycare.
certain
Yeah, she
kids.
said it was for the daycare, but still, damn, where you storing all that shit?
I don't know, but it sounds like she getting money if she buying that much food. She probably got plenty kids
Right.
in
So
her
now,
daycare.
now she run the risk of her business getting shut down and facing jail time. All because they went on national television and discussed that they were just selling that they were selling the food stamps to, well, the girl should buy the food stamps, but the girl was selling her the food stamps. I just want to know these, that to me that's just like dumb criminal 101 to me.
I got an even better story that I heard today, pertaining, so impromptu story pertaining to daycares. I went to go drop off my toddler at daycare today, and my daycare provider informed me that somebody had just recently got caught on camera here in our city dragging little boys by their hair across the floor, knowing there were cameras in her facility. And the person that told it, it was, I think, a sibling of one of the students or children that go to the daycare, came back and said that my brother was being dragged by this lady. And the mother went to go investigate, and yep, yep, I'm gonna pull it up so we can put her on blast. Why not, right?
Word.
So let me see here. I believe it was this person. Let me confirm.
Why doing that? I'm gonna drink to that.
Let's see here. Yep. So 2 days ago, let me read this. So TMJ4, former owner of Two Helping Hands daycare child charged with physical abuse of a child. The allegations include slapping children, holding them by their limbs, and threatening children with violence. Let me see. According to a statement for the DA's office, her name is Danielle R. Jones, was the owner of the daycare facility Two Helping Hands, located at X, Y, and Z location here in our city. Milwaukee police investigated the daycare and obtained surveillance video from inside the building that captured multiple instances of child maltreatment to children who have yet to be identified. The DA's office and police department are still investigating and are seeking records that will identify additional child victims, as well as the parents and or guardians of those children. According to the criminal complaint against her, on September 1st of last year, police were called to a home of a woman claiming the daycare owner had slapped her 4-year-old in the face. Another person told police that on August 31st of last year, they saw Jones slap a child, then held him like a baby after hitting him and told him she would give him a snack, but did not. The defendant told police that children frequently fight at the daycare. Police said they seized the DVR with video surveillance. On just one day, the video surveillance depicted numerous incidents of the defendant threatening children with violence, times where children were left without adult supervision, and times where the defendant picked up children by an arm or by their arms. So they issued an arrest warrant. And then it says records indicate that her license was suspended September 2022 with a notice of intent to revoke Jones's license. Let's see. And then it looks like she waived her right to a hearing and voluntarily closed the daycare because of that. Since then, it says a dozen of violations, has had dozens of violations since it opened, incomplete staff background checks, inaccurate counts of children, several instances of staff members with missing or outdated training on child abuse or neglect. And they're currently in the process of revoking her license. So 4 counts of physical abuse to a child, it looks like. Let's see. And they're asking anybody, if you are a parent or guardian of a child that attended Two Helping Hands between July 1st, 2022 and September 1st, 2022, please call the Milwaukee Police Department Sensitive Crimes Division at 414-935-7401. If you would rather discuss the matter with a victim advocate of the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office, please call 414-278-4617. And since now I've read that they shut it down, this daycare location was at, 6414 West Silver Spring Drive in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Woo!
So, first of all, just because it's on West Silver Spring Drive, I wouldn't even put my child over there because you in danger just driving on Silver Spring. Oh Lord, that's over there by West Lawn.
That's West Lawn, Popeyes, all of that, and the police station.
Oh hell no, that's Gang Central. I wouldn't want to be over. Hell no. No wonder why that stuff is happening. Hell, look at those blood. I gotta wait home. I gotta drink after this one. Oh.
Right. Cause I wish somebody would. Child.
Right.
My mugshot would have been up there, not hers. Mother of child that attended. Because I don't play by mine, honey. Never have and never will.
That is crazy as hell.
Never have and never will.
Cheering for what is the wrong with the with the people are trusting you to wash their kids and feed them and change their dirty ass diapers when they need to be changed while they out making money and stuff like that. And here you go, beating on their kids. Stuff. You know how hard it is when people out here. You know how hard people work to put their kids through daycare and stuff. Hell, some of these people are strippers and stuff and got glitter all over their babies and letting it and be it ain't raining money no more. It's drizzling money in these strip clubs because the economy is so bad right now. It's drizzling money, and you up in here beating on these people kids. Now they got worried about hospital bills and doctor and popo and all these other kinds. Don't nobody got time for all that. Get y'all shit together, you daycare workers, and watch it. And they should stop letting anybody open up a damn daycare. Hell,
I agree with that.
because at the back in my day, they couldn't do that. Hell, you had to go through 18 different background checks to open up a daycare and take 99,000 classes to open up the daycare.
You know that was a new hustle here in Milwaukee. Was open up a daycare. And it's like you ain't even got no real love for no kids. You're not teaching them shit. You just basically babysitting, trying to get money, and then you don't even have the patience to do that.
Right. Or if they opening up daycare, they opening up what they call them, not halfway houses, group homes.
Yeah, for like disabled people.
Yeah, group homes or assisted living homes. They
Yeah.
doing that as they hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Same old people. Make sure y'all drink. I just wanna okay, wait. Okay, so y'all since last week I've been having to go to my friend's house and give the cat meditation, right? And
Medication or meditation?
yeah, meditation. So I had to go get the kitty some meditation. It's some little pills that the kitty got to take, right? Every damn time I go over there, it's not the gray cat. He comes up to me right away. He like, "Hey dog, how you doing? What up, fool? What up, fool?" I'm like, "What up, fool? What up, fool?" I give us a little rub stuff. I be like, "What fool?" But then the other one is always hiding somewhere every
Mhm.
time. So one day he was hiding inside of a box, and this the one I got getting a meditation to. He always hide every time. So the first time he was hiding inside the box, I walked down that house for 14 hours trying to find that cat. He was in the basement inside of a box. And then the next day I show up. This is what I find. I'm like, I can see you. I can see you. So then
No.
I go over there the next day. He looking down at me, looking for him. Ain't move, ain't said nothing. I ain't heard a sound. I just happened to look up and he looking down at me. So then I go over there another day.
Oh my gosh.
I ain't taking a picture where I found him at today. Today I found him behind a picture that they had in the basement. Now, mind you, all those pictures was taken in a basement.
Mm, mm, mm. So I feel like since we're talking about cats, you might as well run that clip of the cat lady
Cat
I
lady.
sent you.
I ain't got no clip of no cat. You ain't seen me no clip of
Yeah,
no cat lady.
yes, I did. The
You
one that
sent
was
me a
giving
thing.
the cat that she was giving the cat a bath.
You ain't sent me that.
Yes, I did.
I got the text message of the cat that was up for adoption.
No, I sent it to you like maybe last week when she was giving the cat a bath, and the other one, the one cat started biting her. That she was trying to give him a bath in the kitchen sink.
I don't know. I ain't see that video.
Yes, you did. You laughed at it.
Well, god damn it. You know, y'all know I be drinking. Hell, I'm drinking now. Hell,
So
I
I
ain't got it on
found
here.
it's somewhere on there. So I found a video of a black lady that was trying to give one of her cats a bath in the kitchen sink, which I have no idea why she's trying to give the cat a bath, right? So she had another cat And it looks like, okay, we all know historically cats are scared of water, X, Y, and Z, if you don't, introduce them to water when they're young. So the cat wasn't going. She had the back end of the cat wrapped in a towel, and she was trying to put the cat in the sink. So the cat, and then she didn't have like the back end of the cat. So the cat, we all know cats are flexible, turned around and bit her, and she was screaming, holding the cat in the air, started cursing, and then tried to put the cat back in the sink. And then the other cat that was on the ground jumped up and started fighting the cat that she had her hands on. And that cat got mad, turned around and started biting the lady again. She started screaming again and holding the cat in the air. And then went back for a third time trying to put the cat
I think I do
in the.
remember that now.
Yes. That was the funniest shit ever.
Oh my god, I do
Funniest shit
remember that
ever.
now.
Oh my God.
My cats don't do that. Only they did that they like try to fight back at first when you put them in the water, but after a while they're like, okay, there's no winning. Did they just sit there and let and get their bath? They not the brightest kitties sometimes.
I mean, shit, when you need a bath, you need a bath.
Right. Paws and booty and stuff be black.
Mhm.
Um, I forgot one of the news stories, y'all. Oh, so before I get into the other two that Tina sent me, I wanted to discuss really fast. If you're watching this, eventually live later on, you scroll past this on Facebook and you watch this. In the comments, let me know. Does it bother you when people post every single thing that's happening during their day on Facebook and why? And then I feel like it only bothers me when it's a person who's doing it for like almost like for attention. Like especially like when it's a sad situation going on in their life and it's 3 weeks later, but they still posting every hour about it just to get Facebook likes and sad faces and attention and want people to feel bad for them type shit. Like that pisses me off a lot and it annoys me. So it's so much. It annoys me so much. And then it's just the people who just post about what's going on throughout the day. I don't care that you ain't got coffee. I don't care that you wouldn't pee. I don't care that you walking out. I don't care.
So now I don't mind it if it's a funny story behind it.
It don't even be funny stories. It's just constantly like people like the people literally spend their whole entire day on social media, posting every single thing that's going on. Like, how do you have this much going on if you're on social media all day?
I don't know, honey. I got a job. I ain't got time to be on social media all day.
Exactly. But I don't get. Oh God, I don't get it. Go do something constructive.
Constructive?
Yeah. Then you go find some construction in their life. Hell, just on social media all damn day, just posting stuff, just posting and posting and posting. Post the hell up, hell. That's what they need
They
to
are
do.
posted. They posted on Facebook.
Making me have to drink. So, our major story that Tina has sent was a U.S. Army veteran service member decorated something. God bless America. What the hell was I talking about?
The guy from okay. So I'll drink to that. Since I got my bearings still about myself here. Clean, clean. So I sent him a story about a very young couple. I believe they were in their 20s. Married. The husband was in the military station in Alaska, and his wife went missing. So he reported it to the authorities, right? And then proceeded to help authorities look for her. But then they found her body not too far from their home, in like a storm drain. So then they said when they found the body and they wanted to ask him about what happened and wanted to search the home for any clues because she went missing, right? She was supposed to be at home when she went missing. He basically was spinning them, telling them that he was embarrassed about what was in the house because they had like sexual toys underneath the bed, right? So somehow, some way, I'm assuming he either gave in or they got a warrant. They went into the house to search, and the bed was covered in the wife's blood. So they arrested his ass.
Why did he leave the bed and the wife? Why did you leave the stuff on the bed with the wife? Did you try to clean the bed? You just left the blood on the bed. Who dumb criminal? Oh wait, I ain't in the camera. That is dumb criminals 101. Why you clean up your mess? You make it look like the person left you or they just disappeared or something like that. You don't leave the evidence for the popo to find at your house. Oh Lord, I should start a school for criminals because these criminals are stupid as hell.
I'll drink to that.
Just don't make no goddamn sense. Hell.
And that was just kind of piggybacking off our last episode where we were discussing Meg the Stallion and what's his face? What's his name?
Trey Loren. Oh no. Ooh, sorry, Mariah. Tory Lanez.
Yep, and Tory Lanez, and how people were outraged that he got 10 years, right? So I feel like that I said kind of like, some people might think it's steep, but I feel like if these things go unchecked when a woman is complaining about domestic violence, then, like you said, it always ends up in death most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I sent you that other story of the guy that I may have talked about it online. I can't remember where he went on Family Feud and
Oh
he
no,
was
you ain't tell me about this one.
okay. So he went on Family Feud and he was joking about how his life was with his wife on Family Feud, and then turned around and he just got sentenced for two life sentences for killing his wife because he broke into her house. I'm assuming they had gotten separated, right? Broke into
Mm-hmm.
her house and stabbed her a double digit amount of times while their kids were upstairs asleep.
Okay, first of all, you got to be really angry to stab somebody a double digit amount of times.
Because she
Like
didn't want to
like
be with him.
like the Uber driver where the girl mistakenly got in his car and he stabbed her almost 100 times or something like that. Like you got to be really angry to stab somebody that many times. Like you deserve whatever the punishment that you got. You deserve it.
I call that crazy energy. Like when people can stab somebody that many times, like I don't know where in a body they were getting stabbed, but if you ever try to stab a human being, like that's not an easy task, just over
All
and
the
over and over and
muscle
over and
and
over and over and over and
bone
over and
and
over and
all
over and
that
over
other
and
kind of
over and
stuff.
over
Muscle, bones, organs. Like, come on.
over and over. And then first they're gonna be fighting back.
Right.
You know,
Ooh,
if they're
Lord.
conscious. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why they always say people that were stabbed most of the time, anytime somebody stab them over a certain amount of times, that's an indicator of somebody close to them. Because if I'm coming in
Mhm.
to just rob you or, I'm just killing you or whatever, you don't need to stab nobody that many times to kill them now.
You gonna stab them once or twice, slit the throat or wrist, be on your way. Am I
Yeah.
allowed to say that out here? I'm sorry, YouTube and Facebook Live.
We
But
don't
yeah,
condone violence of any type. We do not condone violence of any type. We were
unless
just
it's
speaking
WWE.
upon, oh my God. I don't condone violence of any type, but I do believe that there are consequences to your actions. So I will say that um, in certain circumstances, you can't threaten violence on somebody, and then when you start to perpetrate said action of violence on somebody, you think they're not going to fight back. You cannot do that. That's called self defense. So
Right.
I 100% believe in self defense when you're creating a violent offense. If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
makes sense to me. These people out here crazy as hell. I'm just saying. Oh, that was
I'm going to meet violence with violence.
taking souls and digging holes.
I knew I liked you for some reason. I'll drink to that.
That's just like a lot of people think I be angry all the time. I'm like, I just don't be angry. I just don't be want to hear bullshit.
That's not being angry. I feel like that's just being true and honest to what you know. So I feel like people should be called out on their bullshit because a lot of people believe their lies. Their lies.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just, I don't know. Like, you just seem like you mad all the time. Like, I'm not mad all the time. Just y'all say some stupid ass shit. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear this shit, and just stop being stupid. Like, at a certain point, you just need to stop being stupid. And then,
Not the end then.
no, no, because like sometimes I'll just be like, some people are like, they just be overdoing it with some of the shit they be doing. Like, they be so mad about some of these deadbeat people that they sleep with. Like, you made that decision to sleep with somebody who ain't got no job. You knew this man ain't had no job when you got together with him, and you got pregnant by this man ain't got no job. He ain't got no house. You mad because he's staying with his baby mama while you fucked it, and you fucking him while he with his baby. But it's like, girl, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear this shit.
It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Mm,
saying. Like
mm, mm.
some of these shit, like they be complaining about their baby daddies and he ain't shit and he ain't this. Like, you knew he wasn't shit when you laid in that bed with him.
Ooh.
And then he had money when I got with him, or he looked like he had money. Like, girl, that's because y'all don't do your research. Y'all need to start doing your research, and when y'all do your research, y'all can know about these people before y'all lay with them. Y'all meet these people at the bar, and the next thing you know, y'all done went home with them and have sex. Boom, 9 months later, little ugly ass baby done been born because y'all ain't do your research. Y'all need to do your research on these people before y'all sleep with them.
Well, I agree. I agree.
Hell, Tina
I
did her
agree.
research.
I did. I don't play around like that. I ain't never been easy, never gonna be easy ever, ever in
That's what I'm
life.
saying. This young generation, they just so easy. All that man got to do is have some fake ass diamonds in his mouth and some fake ass diamonds on his wrist, and then next thing, and a pair of Jordans on his feet. And next thing you know, oh, girlfriend, go home with him. He got some money. Then to find out he broke after you don't fucked him and got pregnant.
Child, listen. It ain't never that serious, honey.
Because
Ever.
now they got it where you can where they can go get the fake cubits of zirconia on their teeth and stuff, and then it's some type of way where it can pass the little metal thing. They put the little thing on the diamonds to make sure that they real stuff. It's some way they can get to pass now. So I'm just saying you chicks be getting fooled by this stuff because I ain't no way. I'm just saying ain't no way that this man they be having on all these jewelry with all these diamonds and stuff in them. Look like they don't pay about $800,000 for all this jewelry, but then live on 21st and Key. Get the fuck out of here.
I just said something about that. I'm not going to buy a luxury car before I own a home. Like you crazy in your head. Like the only way you're gonna see me driving around in a luxury car is somebody gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I do not need to have a Lexus, a Benz, a BMW, a Land Rover, a Range Rover. I don't need to have none of that shit if I don't have some type of credit, some type of equity in my home, some type of business credit, some type of something. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, and a lot of people are starting to put and get these homes and these cars because they're creating an LLC, and they LLC ain't doing shit. You just got a tax number, but you don't have an actual business. You're not getting any kind of income coming in, but because you have an LLC, you can go buy a home underneath that LLC, which you own only because you own the LLC, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't affect your credit, which I feel like is a smart move, but only if you doing something. So these people go get these Benzes and say they're using it for their job. Who the fuck needs to buy a Benz unless you are driving like a you got a limousine transportation type of company and you offer luxury services like some of those big vans. when you go on vacations or whatever, they are
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes-Benz vans. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. You can write it off under your LLC. You can get approved for credit under your LLC, and it doesn't mess up your personal credit. Smart move, but at the same time, y'all ain't got no fucking legitimate business. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, some of y'all ain't got legit credit.
You don't have a fucking legitimate ass business.
You ain't got legit business. You ain't got a real credit. You ain't got no real credit to your net credit score be 300.
So you done went and got an LLC, got credit business credit cards because they're gonna throw you some shit because who can't get a fucking credit card nowadays? You really got it. Your credit really gotta fucking suck if you cannot get a credit card nowadays. Number one.
The people who can't get credit card, they get them Chime credit cards and stuff like that. You know, Credit One. Credit One is made for poor people. Chime is for poor
Ooh.
people. I'm just saying. That's for people who don't have good credit.
Oh. So I've heard of a Chime card. How does it work again? So it was something specific about a Chime card. Like I think
They like NetSpend, and you get paid. You
yes.
get your paycheck 2 days early. But unlike NetSpend, Chime offer a credit card with their thing to help you build. It's supposed to help you build your credit. But like I said, Chime is like that. Chime credit card is for people who credit score is like in the 500s, 4 or 500, and they try to build
Mm.
their credit. That's what the Chime credit card is for. Like,
How
come
about
talk to
you
me
just
when you
pay
can
your
get a Capital
bills and
One,
build your credit?
Discover. Hell, I can get an American Express right now if I want to.
I already got mine.
I'm not really. I got to pay off some other cards before I get the American Express. It's gonna be a decade from now, but hell, at least I have it.
I already got mine. I'm
So
trying to
I'm
move
just
up in the
saying.
ranks.
Hey, I'm trying to get. I'm about to go get this Southwest card so that I can only have to pay $200 for my round trip tickets to Miami.
You might as well go with that. You might as well go with that little and we getting free publicity to Southwest. I need a free flight or something. So
I know,
Southwest
right?
has been offer no, excuse me. Woo, let me back up. Sorry, Southwest. Frontier has been offering these packages where you pay a flat price and then you can fly anywhere in the world minus the blackout days and they random blackout days. Like you wouldn't think like they're not holidays or stuff like that. On Frontier for the free. So like for summer, they were offering it at about was it $200-300, something like that? Might have been four. And you can fly from the beginning of summer, right before summer, all the way until like September. And then they had another one for the fall where you could fly from when the last one ended, which would be in September, all the way to the end of like February.
Hmm.
As many flights as you want for a low, low price.
Do
So I
Frontier
feel like
work so?
that's
Because I know
Frontier.
Frontier don't operate outside the U.S. though. Like they don't have
Mhm.
international flights. I don't think they do.
So when you say international, you mean fly you mean land that is not owned by the US, right? Because you
Yeah.
can go outside the intercontinental United States to
Yeah, I know we could fly out, but I'm saying like they don't have actual Frontier planes that fly outside the U.S. Like you gotta like for a lot of us, we end up so we were to go to like the UK or something like that. We either fly United American or you end up on Air Canada or it's another service.
so I'm on a website now. It says go wild, all you can fly past benefits and a limited number of flights access to Frontier's domestic and international destinations. Get
Hmm.
confirmed bookings the day before flight departure for domestic travel and start in 10 days before flight departure for international travel. Plan ahead and book select flights early. Simple search and choose Go Wild when available or Go Wild early booking. Charge may apply. So that's the thing. I think you can only book 2 weeks before your flight, but they do give you, and I think it's like a $50 fee if you want to book outside of those 2 weeks. Like
Okay.
like more. So travel that will keep you miles from expiring, plus use your elite status for free bags and seats. So fall and winter pass was from September 2nd through February 29th of next year. Retail price was $999 a year. Limited time offer is $299 a year.
Oh, I might have to. You might have to jump on that. I've never flown Frontier before.
So
Cause
the
I was
summer
looking.
pass,
Cause I was looking. When I was trying to fly into Miami, they wasn't offering flights to Miami. Like they was offering flights to, like Orlando.
so listen, I'm telling you, $299 from September 2nd to February 29th is a deal. Now they do offer a monthly pass, which is valid for 30 days after purchase. It looks like you have to pay a enrollment fee for the very first time you buy it, and then it automatically renews at $140, $149 monthly. So it's like it automatically renews you $149 a month. But if you're a person that flies two,
A
three
lot.
times a month,
Mm-hmm.
shit, one flight is gonna pay for that a month.
Mm-hmm. Because without the card, the credit statement with Southwest for their card, my flight to Miami was gonna be like 480 some dollars.
That's what I'm saying. I've been trying to tell people to check that shit out.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some some linking in at that one. You know.
Frontier, me and Martell need our free passes. Thank you
Yeah, give us our free passes.
for putting other people up on game.
Right. And complimentary wine and vodka
Who drinking
and,
vodka?
and orange juice.
Oh Lord.
Um. So what time are we at? Okay. Um. So there was this news story that Tina sent me over at Howard University where these young men was leaving from, I believe, an athletic event or something like that, and on the way they said they got it was some people, I guess, that live in the DC area that kind of followed them, or they just ran up on them, and next thing you know, this whole brawl happened outside of a residential hall on Howard University campus. And I've been to Howard University campus, and I loved it there. I didn't know it was. I didn't. I just wouldn't. From being on the actual campus and actually walking around, it didn't seem like this would be something that would happen there. To be honest, like I know anything can happen anywhere, but I've personally been on this campus and like it is very friendly. So to hear that this happened, this brawl happened, it was like what 50 people versus like 4 on 4 or something like that. It was terrible. He said he just remember being on the ground, being kicked and punched. He said he was basically just trying to cover up and defend himself because what can you do when it's 50 on 4 people? Bring out the chairs. I'm just saying.
Listen, so one of the students did get stabbed, and then the young men they were interviewing were scared to show their faces. So
That's
the I don't know what his rank is. He was either from the DA or that. So he was either from DA, campus police, or the count like city police.
mm-hmm.
Uh, he put out a video on social media stating that it was at least 40 to 50 people that was walking through the campus and just started picking fights with random people and jumping people.
mm, mm,
So kind of
mm,
like a violent flash mob, basically.
mm, mm, mm.
And that's so they did not disclose like so Howard, right? It's a historically black college, right? So they did not disclose if it was an act of racism. They didn't say if the perpetrators were of a certain color. when I was watching the video, it's kind of hard to see, you know, who they were because of the cameras and how far away they were and the quality. But I will say, um, parents, teach your kids how to fight back. Okay. So that was the one thing that I was astounded by, with it being so many black people there. And I understand everybody comes from different backgrounds, but teach your kids how to defend themselves, because I guarantee you, if somebody walk up on my kids and they just start hitting them for no reason, they're gonna fight like their lives depend on it. Okay? You not
Mhm.
you are not. And then just to hear those young men that were being interviewed saying they were scared for their life. That's terrible. That is terrible. They're trying to obtain higher education, and they not even safe there. So a group of fucking people just decided to walk because they ain't have shit else to do. You literally
Right.
don't have shit else to do with your life to go bother somebody that's at a college campus that has nothing to do with you, and you pick and fight with strangers. That shit pissed me off, and they deserve to have their ass beat. I'm sorry. Just like I said earlier, I don't condone violence, but it's consequences to your actions. And I feel like when you provoke somebody that ain't did shit to you, violence should be met with violence. I'm sorry. Because I 100% believe in self defense. And if somebody would have knocked somebody else kid out, or whoever, their loved one, family member, whatever, whoever the fuck was attacking these people, if whatever they would get or got coming to them, they deserve. Because there is no reason for you to go on this campus and bother people that's minding their fucking business.
Right.
And I'll drink to that, because that shit got me so I feel some kind of way, because my oldest son is starting college next month. Now he's not living on campus, but I dare somebody to try me. I dare somebody try me or try him, because I'm not going. My son is doing great things in his
Um,
life.
if Corey call and say that something going on, I was showing up there with my WWE Championship belt and I'm swinging that motherfucker,
Ooh, that sounds like it's gonna hurt.
and I'm bringing a chair.
Not the chair match. You got a
I'm
cage
bringing a
match
damn
going
chair
on?
with me. I need to go. Can you buy me a chair if I keep it in my trunk? Okay, I'll need a chair to keep in my trunk.
I'm gonna buy me one too.
I got about 10 of them in the basement. What's good?
Oh, let me get one of those chairs if I keep it in my trunk.
And I got one of the old fashioned ones that's steel.
Yeah, I need one if I can keep one of my trunks. I'm just gonna go to my trunk and pull out the chair, but like, I dare you. Like they said, guns down, chairs up.
I ain't never had a problem with my two hands working. Okay?
That too.
Okay.
Um, Speaking of some foolishness, Tina had me go track down this video to play for y'all. So we're gonna play this video for you. So here we go.
What are you, Jamie?
No,
Why?
not my type.
Alright, if you're not into studs, let's go find you a boyfriend then.
The dark and tall is behind us.
Yeah?
They dark and yeah.
What about her? Hey, yo, my homegirl right here thinks you're a 10 out of 10. She was like, yeah, that motherfucker there's a stud.
Yeah.
He wants your number.
Yeah, do you? What's your name?
I'm Heaven. What's yours?
Nice.
Nice to meet you.
No.
What?
Go.
No, it's a mic.
Are you guys together? Oh, I didn't know. Is this your sugar mama?
No, that's his mother, man.
Oh,
That's his mother,
oh,
man.
he didn't look white. I'm sorry.
Hey, what the
What's wrong with you?
Alright, well, I don't know what just happened.
I got a girl.
Do you know how hard I laugh? Is this your sugar mama? Do
No,
you
that's
know
his
how hard
mama.
that shit went left real quick. He was like, all right, I don't know what's going on, and walked off from her like, damn, you got her in this situation, bro. You need to diffuse the situation. At least try to diffuse the situation. He didn't. He walked off. But she had a legitimate question. So she was older. She talking about some don't sniff that, you don't know where it's been. Bitch,
Bitch is
what?
a microphone. Like what?
First of all, we out here, you see the camera, you see the mic, you should know what the fuck is happening. She walked up to another consenting adult, was talking to him, and then he get pulled away, talking about some let's go. And what? So that's his mama? That gotta be his stepmama, cause you ain't white, like she said.
You don't even look like you mixed.
Nothing of the such. Stepmama, adopted mother, whatever have you, whatever. Great, somebody raised him, but he looked like he was grown to me. He looked like he was a grown consenting
He
adult
did
to
look
me.
grown. He looked like a grown consenting adult who
Adult.
can make his own decisions and speak
Yeah,
for himself.
yeah. And then daddy got mad when old girl said, "Is this your sugar mama?" Because that's what I would have thought.
Right.
I'm gonna be 100%. Oh, y'all together? Is exactly what she said, right? And she said, yeah. She didn't say I'm his mother. She didn't. So she don't understand the ethnic lingo. Y'all together? That means y'all fucking.
Right. Oh,
And she said, yeah. And she said, oh, that's your sugar mama. And then black dude walked up. That's his mama. Oh, now you salty.
right. What if I wouldn't have I would still thought the same thing, like damn, he fucking his old bitch.
Because she definitely looked elderly, didn't she?
Yeah.
She was
Speaking
on the
of
cup.
consenting, are y'all familiar with the movie Blindside? With
Sounds
Sandra,
familiar.
with Sandra Bullock, she played the character. They took in a black dude, Michael something. I can't remember the name, but he ended up going to the NFL.
Yes, yes, the
So
adopted person and
yeah,
all of that. Yeah.
yeah. So speaking of consenting, so I guess when they was going through the whole adoption process, they said he was too old to be adopted or something like
Okay.
that. So they was like they came up with a thing, basically a thing where, hey, you sign this paper and we'll be able to make decisions in your best interest. So what he didn't know was they put him under a conservatorship, like how they did Britney Spears. So when they came out with the movie Blind Side and whatever, and what with the book, and their family started making money off the book, and they were using his name for their foundation to get people to donate whatever. So then eventually the movie came out. So now they were negotiating like they did negotiate it for like their son, like their biological son, and for them to get like $250,000 each or something like that. It was some crazy mess. So now later on, he comes up like, "Hey, I'm broke." So he's right now fighting for the conservatorship to be dissolved because he has not seen $1 from the book or the movie or any merchandise or anything associated with his name. He has not seen 1 cent of that money. And legally, the two people whoever's in charge of his conservatorship, they are supposed to report any money that was made basically off his name or through him. What any money that came in through him that was basically through him, they were supposed to report that. So since this conservatorship been in place, they have never reported any type of income. So and right now he's seeking he's seeking money,
Damages.
the money that he should have got that he shouldn't gotten all these years, which he said altogether is about between 30 to I think somebody said between 30 to $40 million that
Okay.
he's missed out on.
So my first question is why? Who granted the conservatorship, and why was
So
it granted?
so there was some more mess that went behind that. So it turns out one of the family lawyers was the one who drafted the conservatorship, but then the family also hired a lawyer who was friends basically with the other lawyer. So basically they all conspired to get this whole conservatorship put into place, as in, and then took it to court like, oh, this is to protect him in his best interest, when it really was they just used him to make money. So they've been living off of his name all these years since that book and the movie came out.
So it sounds like to me the judge did wrong because it has to be ruled on. It has to be put in
Yes,
place by a judge.
by a judge. Yeah, that's correct.
So yeah, he should be given his money. Absolutely, he should be.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it is a legitimate say it again.
He's conservatorship, but he said he don't even remember signing it. He said he believed his signature was forged on his conservatorship. He doesn't even remember signing it.
So that may be true, and he got to prove that. But even so, say it was a legit conservatorship, they still owe him money. So they still have been fraudulent in their practices because they did not report the income that they were making off of his story. And it's not like it was a story that was like kept in the dark. It wasn't like a random ass
Sandra
GoFundMe
Bullock
somewhere.
won an Oscar for this performance portraying the woman who supposedly adopted him, like they put in the movie. So in the movie, they made it seem like they adopted him, and which it really never happened.
So I feel like Sandra Bullock should stand up for him
Mm-hmm.
as a person. I feel like whoever. So when you making movies based on documentaries or true stories or whatever, you supposed to do some fact checking, right? So
Mm-hmm.
whatever company wrote and produced and directed this movie, it should be up for grabs too.
I believe it was Fox.
Well, that sounds like it's about right.
Yeah, and even if they after the movie, so that family been negotiating all his NFL contract, everything. They've been doing all his negotiations all these years for
So
and
you're
like right
telling
now.
me,
So right now, technically, he still they can go and get like right now they have control over his bank account. Like they can go like, oh, you don't need that and take the money from him. Like they
so
legally have control over his bank account right now. That's what a
so
conservatorship
basically,
is.
what you're telling me, he's a modern day slave.
Pretty much. It's like how Britney Spears' father had that conservatorship. Like Britney Spears' father, when she was under that conservatorship, he was basically giving her an allowance.
Mhm.
She had no control over her money whatsoever. Any type of financial decisions, she did not have no control over that.
And that's true, but look at the difference. Like Britney Spears is living a good life. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
like she didn't have to worry about who was paying the bills because he was responsible for paying the bills. And she still saw a kickback from it. The only thing is that we knew about that conservatorship between her father and her
Right.
because she
This
did the
one.
whole public breakdown in X, Y, and Z. And
Right.
court records are not sealed for that unless it has to be. So we knew about that. So he had no choice. And we
Right.
knew that she made money and she was going to continue to make money because she was a Disney star, right? So she got to be getting kickbacks from a lot of different things that she had done over the last few years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they tried to sweep that underneath the rug. And then they kind of almost got away from it by the skin of their teeth. But if they would have just did right by him, then they would have been set. And I'm not saying that it's right, but people do stupid shit. And we're going to go back to the whole thing. I feel like people need to deal with the consequences. You're going to reap what you sow. So now
Right.
you did not do right by this young man. Yeah, we don't know what happened in his personal life where they took him in. I don't know if they paid for school, clothes, food,
But
books, a
because
roof
at the
over his
time he
head.
was 17 when this I guess was had taken place. He was 17 years old. He didn't. So I'm pretty sure him being wherever he came from, he didn't know what a conservatorship is. He didn't know any of this stuff.
But
All
my
he knows
thing
that these
is,
people was taking me in and helping me, and I'm in the NFL.
I feel like at that point, if you would have told me at 17 years old I was too old to be adopted, you should have granted me what do they call it when they underage, but they are consenting adults? Um,
Emancipated.
yes. They should
No
have made him
emancipation.
emancipated minor.
Mm-hmm.
because they got a law in place for for females. Pregnant females are emancipated minors. Period. While they're pregnant, no matter the age, they make their own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me somebody that was 17, they're on the cusp of being 18, and you telling me you got a family that is willing to you got a family that's willing to adopt them, and you won't let them because why? You telling me that they're too old. I feel like I've heard stories of people that were 17 that got adopted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's because he just turned 17 or he was shy of turning 18. Like, okay, I'm like 2-3 months
Well,
away from turning 18
and see,
type
if
stuff.
that was the case, and he was living in a foster home, they should have never granted conservatorship unless it was a real reason for it to be granted. You feel me? If he
Right.
was shy of being 18 and a legal adult, they should have just let that shit ride out. They should have let that shit ride out and he could become and make his own decisions with his life.
Mm-hmm.
And they wouldn't have got nothing unless he wanted to give them something.
Right.
And I feel like as an adult, you do not need to put constraints and put shit in writing and have contracts and this, that, and the other for your children. If you did right by your kids and they make it big, they're always going to repay you. And if they don't, it don't matter because you should be proud of what you raised and what they have accomplished. That should be
Right.
enough right there. You do not have to, people should not have to depend on or wait or lurk in the shadows for their kids to become big so they can get rich off their children. I hate that. I hate it with a passion because that's your job as a parent. These kids are not asked to be here, and you're supposed to be doing your job as a parent. And to me, the best reward being a parent is to see my kids succeed. They don't have to give me a fucking red cent. They don't have to
Mm-hmm.
do shit. Why? Because I'm going to survive on my own. I taught them to be greater than me. That is my
Mm-hmm.
job. And I hate for people like, okay, I get what's her name? Kim, the Kardashian mom.
Oh, Chris, that bitch.
Chris, I get it. She's a manager. She get kickback. She probably got a fucking contract. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I
Mm-hmm.
get it. I get it. But at the same time, you got so many wealthy, well-known children. If you did right by your kids, you would have fucking everything.
I mean, of course, she ain't manager, so there's contracts involved. So every deal that she negotiates for them, she get a chunk of whatever they paying Kim, Courtney, Chloe, whatever one it is. She get a chunk of that money.
You don't have to give me shit. If I'm in a contract with my kids, that contract, that kickback ain't gonna be shit. It's if I enter into a contract to be my kids' manager, it's to protect my kids from the bullshit that go out here. I'm not. My contract is not gonna stipulate being paid.
Like,
It's just gonna be put in place so that my kids have somebody that's gonna have their back and make sure nobody else takes advantage of what they're doing. I do not need one red cent, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
like Yanni's mom, you ain't see her on social media, begging and talking about her son in a negative way, saying what he ain't doing. The first couple years with the Bucks, it was a struggle for him. He wasn't making that much money, but then as he got better as a basketball player and all the endorsements and the money and stuff started coming through, he took
But
care of his mama. He made sure that his mama was straight, and not only that, he put his brothers on top of that. He
all
made
of them,
sure that his whole entire family is taken
every,
care of. She has 3 sons in the NBA, one in the minor league right now.
and see that type of shit right there. That's all I would need in my life right there. You, all of your kids,
All,
all of
all of
them.
them except one is in the NBA,
Listen,
which is the oldest son. The oldest son is not, but all the rest of them on down is in the NBA. And then Giannis is part owner of the Milwaukee Brewers on top of that.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about right there. Yes.
He
I'm gonna
put
give her a round of fucking applause because she did that shit right. Cause they lost their father. He died.
yeah, and they had their father was in their life and everything, and Giannis literally flew to America. I think with one of his other brothers, he had with him, but for most of the part, he was here in America
By
by
himself.
himself,
By himself.
building a life
Yes.
for his family.
Yes. Yes.
And once he had the
Yes.
money to put them on, he put them on. He got his brother drafted to the Milwaukee Bucks. He had his other brother who played for the LA Lakers, who won an NBA championship with the LA Lakers. Giannis has the NBA championship. His brother Thanasis has the NBA championship. And now they have another brother who they brought over, who went to school here in Wisconsin and graduated high school in Wisconsin, and is now in the minor leagues in the NBA, soon to be drafted to that actual brought up to the NBA team. He put his
That's
brothers on top of
that's
making sure that his mama was taken care of and never had to work a day in her life no more. He helped her finally become a citizen in Greece, so she's officially considered it's a Greek, I guess.
mm-hmm.
She could officially considered Greek now. So and then he brought his other brother, his oldest brother, who was living over there. He brought him over. He stayed here. So it's like he built a life for his family. And I believe,
But
none of them. There was no contracts involved. It was none of that. I'm gonna manage you. It was none of that. They sat back, let him do. He did what he needed to do, and now he's taking care of his family.
he was raised correctly. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? When you don't have those constraints, just see what it is that you can do. You get what I'm saying? So that's my thing. They were raised correctly in a loving family. And they
Mm-hmm.
saw their parents work hard and sacrifice and put forward for them to do better.
Mm-hmm. And
You see what I'm saying?
another thing is parents. If you see your kid have an interest in something, support them no matter what that interest is, whether it's dancing. Don't be like, oh, here go to you on that dancing bullshit. Drawing, like a lot of kids who are into arts, their parents do not support them because a lot of parents look at that like arts is not a way to make money. It is. It is a good
Oh,
damn
it
living
is.
to make money
Oh,
in
it
the
is.
arts.
Oh, it
Stop,
is.
stop, stop telling your kids something is not a good idea. That's what's going to make them not pursue something that could end up being life changing for them. You know, you just put the time and energy into what your kid passion is, whether it's music, dancing, art, whatever it is, science, being the healthcare, whatever it is.
Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship.
Right,
Everything. Right?
whatever it is, wherever they showing the interest is, give it to them. If they want us to come to you and say, "Hey, I want to go take a class and do this," figure out the money to pay for it. Because in the long run, like people keep talking about, like we keep having this repeat cycle of generation after generation after generation being broke. But you could be that parent that break that generation and support that child. So when they go out into this world as an adult and make a difference in this world, and then guess what? That generation, that whole generation after generation of being broke, that cycle would be broken. You would have been the person to break that cycle going into that next generation if you was to show some interest in their whatever they're expressing themselves in. And do it.
Yes.
That's how
Absolutely.
and then you help your child break the cycle of and create create generational wealth. So now their kids to have kickbacks from their
Your
parent and then their
family
kids, and they
name
just
is
keep going
going to
on.
live on. Your
It's
family
it's
name
just
is going to live on.
it's keep going on and on and on. Like I see so many. I've seen it so many times where a kid would show interest in something, and you see now get away from me with that bullshit. Like, no,
And I
don't
want to
do
say
that.
this. And I want to say this. I see that in our community. But this is what has went on in some of the wealthiest families like Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
They became rich off of fucking hotels.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? They kept it in the family. They branded their fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched so many movies where they said the most valuable thing you got is your name. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why if I ever got married, I would never get rid of my last name. Ever.
I
Ever.
know. Oh, yo, they keep talking about we gonna hyphen. I'm like, I'm not changing my name.
I got a
No,
one of a kind last name. I'm not changing it. Not,
no, I'm not. No,
not.
I refuse.
I refuse. Exactly. Only because, my kids don't have my last name, but I want people to know what that force came from. You know what I'm saying? I am my driving force for my kids because my kids do not have another driving force but me. I will sacrifice everything and anything I can to make my kids successful because that is my end goal in life. you know, People think like, oh, I'm supposed to live my life to the fullest. Yes, you are. But when you have children, your children are your life. That is your life, period. End of discussion. End of discussion. I put everything I have into my kids. Everything that I do is for my children to have a better life. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't feel bad about I don't have to go out in the clubs and kick it. Would I like to have a vacation here and there? Yes, I would. But now I'm thinking more of I want to take my kids places so they can see different things. They can see the world because they deserve to. Because
Mhm.
I know that I have three men in my household, three African American men in my household, and they can make a change in a lot of different things if they are raised correctly. And that is my goal.
Mhm.
That is my goal. I educate my kids on everything. They are to be better than me. That is my goal. You have to be better than me. And I sit down and I talk to my kids about this day in and day out. This is what I expect out of you. And they are surpassing so many things that I did in my age. So I am so happy with how they are the outcome of my children. My oldest child, like I said, is going to school biomedical sciences. What?
Exactly.
Can
Let me go have
anybody
me a
tell me
baby
what that
before I can
is?
go. We gonna have a baby. No, I ain't gonna have no kids. I'm lying, y'all. I ain't gonna have no kids.
Kids are hard work. Hardest job I ever had. Hardest job I ever have. And I'm a nurse. Having and raising kids,
Mm.
hardest thing that I would ever have, but I love it. It is the one job I have ever had in my life that I love and I appreciate every single moment of it. I'm tired as fuck all the time. They're expensive as hell. They talk back all the time. They eat me out of house and home. But you know what? It's all for the greater good because I'm trying to set them up for their future. They're going to accomplish great things, and I'm speaking it into existence now. My kids will accomplish great things.
And with
And
that
that's
being
that on
said,
that.
let's head into final thoughts. I don't like the bullshit. Rent is too damn high. Gas is too damn high. And that's all I got.
Okay, final thoughts. Speaking on that. So, Bureau of Labor Statistics, I urge PBS Kids, baby. PBS Kids. Okay. Look, that's one of my little mini mans right here. I urge everybody to go on Bureau of Labor Statistics and look up their job under their state and see if they're getting paid fair wage. The average, so Bureau of Labor Statistics is always going to give you minimum, maximum, and an average. If you are not making your average amount of money in your job that you're at right now, you need to rethink some things. You need to ask for a better raise. You need to ask your company why they're not meeting these minimum, like these average requirements of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, like all of that. So I think I spoke to you about that, Anthony, recently,
Hmm.
where I talked about how I'm getting $5 less as a nurse, busting my ass only because they try to say, "Oh, you're working with um, what is it? The non what do they call that? Um, the underserved population." What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Because with you working at in the industry that I'm working in, I know that your salary has to be reported on a yearly basis, and it's a report. So I'm looking at your salary and you're not getting paid. You're getting paid well above what's average, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Who, my pay?
So no, just within
Oh,
where I work at, where they have the people that are not in administration are getting paid much
okay.
lower
I'm on
than
their
average.
website now. So what do I click on to check the mines?
Hold on. Oh, on I don't know. I don't know where they would put that, but if it's a nonprofit organization, because now they're claiming nonprofit, right?
Yeah, they not for profit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to let me finish my final thought and I can help you find it. But you got to know your worth in life, period. Okay. Everybody's life is worth something, and don't let somebody tell you that what it's worth. Your life, you can feel like you worth tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. I want you to believe that. And I want you to act upon that. Just because somebody else see you as being worth $100,000 don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing. Use that as a stepping stone. All right, they don't see the worth that I got. I'm going to prove them wrong and move on to something else. Because when you do that, they realize when you overperform or even perform at your regular level and they underestimated you on your performance level when they hired you, show them what you can do on a bad day, which is always going to be above what they expected out of you, and then be like, yeah, I got somewhere else to go. I got
Right.
somewhere else to be, because they notice my worth and they ain't even meeting me where I want to be at, but they giving me more than you. So
I,
always know what your worth is. Always negotiate your worth. Always be happy in what you're getting out of your job. That's my final thought.
all right. Well, with that being said, this has been Samecast Different Day Podcast. And we'll see you all next week. Don't forget to head over to harvestnewyork.com. Use code ATX to 20% off your purchase. Don't forget to head over to restores.com. Use code Mark1 to see 5% off your purchase. All right, we'll see y'all on the next episode of Samecast Different Day Podcast. All right, we'll see y'all. Okay, all right now. All right, we're going to see y'all. All right.